This is Elmina Castle. It was erected by the Portuguese in 1482 as Elmina Castle, also known simply as Mina in present-day Elmina, Ghana, formerly the Gold Coast. It was the first trading post built on the Gulf of Guinea and the oldest European building in existence south of the Sahara. First established as a trade settlement, the castle later became one of the most important stops on the route of the Atlantic slave trade. The Dutch seized the fort from the Portuguese in 1637 after an unsuccessful attempt to the same extent in 1596 and took over all of the Portuguese Gold Coast in 1642. The slave trade continued under the Dutch until 1814. In 1872, the Dutch Gold Coast included the fort, becoming a possession of the British Empire. Gold Coast, which is now Ghana, gained its independence in 1957 from Britain and had control over the castle. Elmina Castle is a historic site and was a major filming location for Werner Herzog's 1987 drama film Cobra Verde. The castle is recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Slaves were typically captured inland and then brought to the fort on an arduous journey that often lasted many days. Half of the captives did not even make it to the coast. Once at the fort, the slaves would wait, often for a long period of time, ranging from 3 to 9 months, until a ship arrived. Imagine waiting in a cramped conditions, packed in a cell like sardines for 3 or more months. The Elmina Castle is one of the 30 slave forts along the coast of Ghana. I celebrate Africa and people of African ancestry all around the world. Slavery is the living wound under the patchwork of scars. A lot of time has passed, yet whole nations cry. Sometimes softly, sometimes harshly, often without knowing why. Slavery gives the enslaved nothing but a legacy of pain, alienation, fear, and worst of all, a fetish erected around the denial of the facts and lasting effects of enslavement. It is a fetish that allows us to pretend that our world is whole. Thus, we nullify the castle by incorporating, then ignoring it. And so we live in a shattered world, with an eroded sense of history in a world we swear is whole. Africa. Elmina Castle, point of no return. I was there in the Cape Coast, deep in the heart of Gold Coast, the ancient castle of slavery, where deeds and misdeeds were committed. A castle where blacks were sold, shamed, brutalized, depraved, beaten to death, and fed to fishes. That's Elmina Castle. A castle where man's mind was seared, where my ancestors were squeezed through an aperture of no return, where they were verified through Atlantic, never to be seen again by their kinsmen. Elmina Castle, the place where blacks disappeared. Elmina Castle, the inhumanity of man to man, mercilessness and hopelessness, treachery and cruelty of the highest order was displayed in the brutality of Elmina. I wept and bled profusely in my heart. I shed unquantifiable tears of agony. when I saw our African people had been dehumanized and abused with impunity. I was at the male and female dungeons, a point of no return, a point of despair. They are hot, stuffy, and suffocating prisons, congested in an unhygienic manner. How on earth can any sensible human treat a fellow human being in this unkind manner? Slave masters are indeed raw brutes. They are horrible monsters and murderers. Africa and Africans have been cheated. Today, slave masters have turned away their heads. Should we just lament and complain each day, or should we demand for reparation? Africa, my Africa. Africa, my Africa. Africa of proud warriors in ancestral savannas. Africa of whom my grandmother sings. On the banks of the distant river. I have never known you, but your blood flows in my veins. Your beautiful black blood that irrigates the fields. The blood of your sweat. The sweat of your work. The work of your slavery. Africa. Tell me, Africa, is this your back that is unbent? This back that never breaks under the weight of humiliation? This back trembling with red scars and saying no to the weep under the midday sun? But a great voice answers me, impetuous child, that tree, young and strong, that tree over there, splendidly alone amidst white and faded flowers. That is your Africa, springing up anew, springing up patiently, obstinately, whose fruit, bit by bit, acquires the bitter taste of liberty. Africa, my Africa. Elmina is located along the southern Cape Coast region of Ghana, west of Accra. The town itself is primarily a fishing port with a bustling commercial scene and lively atmosphere. Famous on account of the colonial fort built here in 1482 by the Portuguese. The small fishing village of Elmina is a picturesque square stop-off along Cape Coast stipend in history. This area became heavily competed for in its terms of its strategic position for trade by other European powers. As the plantations in America took off, the trade in slaves expanded, and Elmina became the last place many thousands of Africans would see of their homeland. For many, it would also be the last place they would see altogether, due to the high death rates incurred during the Middle Passage in such abominable conditions. At the height of the trade, 30,000 slaves were passing through Elmina each year on their way to the Americas. This continued for nearly 300 years in appalling conditions. There were many horrors witnessed here, as it is where the slaves were detained, tortured, before being shipped to the New World. You guys, so I am all ready to go to the airport. I finished my hair like 2 hours ago and I just decided to do my makeup. I just want to take a few pictures outside. You guys, if you know me very well, you know I don't like to wear makeup when I travel. So I'm just going to take a few pictures and then quickly come back in, undo this makeup, and then I'll be ready to go to Berlin. So you guys, it's sad that I am leaving my friends, I'm leaving my family, but the girl gotta do what the girl gotta do. So yeah, it's time to go back to work, it's time to go back to school, it's time to make some money. Please, I don't even know what I'm saying. I hope you guys enjoy this vlog. It's so hard to say bye-bye. I decided to drive like the last drive-in before you saw that I can't drive, so I just decided to I just want to look around a little bit. And you guys, I will see you guys in Berlin. I pray that God gives me a safe flight back to Germany. I had fun in Ghana. I love you guys and see you guys in Berlin. Bye. Wait, please, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel.
Hit the button right away,
the red button, and don't forget to click on the notification bell. Bye.